Okay, so this is like a addition to the garden vlog that I was introduced you to. I want to introduce you to another set of plants that I totally forgot we had. As you see, all of these are here. Those are all pineapple plants, and they were grown just from cutting the tops off and putting them in the dirt. Now, they're normally outside, but during the winter you have to bring them in because they don't handle, the cold well. And then when the spring comes, you have to reacclimate them to the outside. So right now they're in here for like outside for like an hour, 2 hours, whatever, and then every day we increase it. And each plant puts off one pineapple. So, but there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that's a lot of pineapple. Also, just found this. I was starting to trellis train my watermelon plants actually, and my arm had been itching for the last 20-30 minutes, so I wasn't sure what was going on. And I don't know how well you can see it, but as you can see, my arm is bright red and it's swelling. So I got looks like an allergic reaction to something. Problem is, I don't know what, because I've worked with almost all of these plants before, except maybe 1 or 2. So I just went inside my dad's house and took some Benadryl and put some Benadryl cream on it. It's calamine, so hopefully the allergic reaction isn't going to be too bad. I run into the same thing with figs. That's why Dad is in charge of the fig trees, because something in the sap and the leaves or whatever I am highly allergic to, but I can eat the fruit. So I'm hoping it's not my watermelon plants, because they're going to take a lot of training and a lot of touching. And if it is, then I'm going to have to wear long sleeves in the hottest part of the summer, and that is not going to be fun, because as you know, here in Texas we get 100-degree weather and I get absolutely miserable. So, pineapple plants, allergic reaction. I want to say a lot of dirty words right now because my arm is on fire, but anyways, when you're doing a garden, make sure you take protection and precautions, and either wear your long sleeves or your gloves, or research and don't work obviously with plants that you're allergic to if you know you're allergic to them, and if you don't, this is a good way to find out. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go finish up on trellis training those and pray to God that that's not what I'm allergic to, because it's already starting to thunder again and it's fixing to have another round of storms. So, and yes, you see a motion sensor light, that's why I look weird. So, we'll catch you later. Okay, so like I showed you, I just had to take a break and go inside. Got some serious allergy something going on here, I don't know. But I wanted to take a minute and show you and see if I can get in close, because I forgot to flip the camera. So, we have, I've noticed 2 so far, baby watermelons. They're itty bitty, they're not even the size of a pea yet. And if you'll see, what I'm doing is I'm training them and to come up this trellis, for support. Now you're going to ask me, you're going to say, you can't trellis watermelons, they grow vines on the ground. But actually you can. What you'll have to do is you need to have a good support system. A lot of people use arches. I have just simply a framed, chicken wire box here. When the melons get large enough, all you have to do is you come through here and you hammock the melon. You hammock it, tie it up high and hammock it to where it hangs in there, but it's supported by that hammock. And you can let it grow as far as you want. Now this is the crimsons, and you can either leave them, personal size, or you can, make them a little bit bigger. But I'm so stoked because I've had watermelon vines before, but where I was at the time, the soil wasn't so great, so they never actually flowered. I have a ton of flowers on these, and the flowers eventually, they turn into the fruit. So, let me see if I can find them. One, I believe, is supported right under, and then when you're trellis training them, you have to support them, and they have these little grippers, as you can see, and they will attach themselves to the trellis. So, they will eventually grow. I'm trying to find them. If they're so tiny, you can lose them. And then you get all sad because you can't find them again. But I know that they're there. So, let's see if we can find them again. Where are you, little guys? Come on now, I know I just saw you. And see, I tied them up underneath so I knew I would be supporting them as well. But I can't seem. It's gonna make a liar out of me if I can't find them. So, I know there was one over here too. Yep, here we go. Let's see if you can see. Can you see right there? Look, that little tiny little green bulb right there with this little squashed up whatever. That was the flower, and that is the baby watermelon right behind my finger. Is that not the cutest thing or what? So, I'm stoked. I have seen, like I said, 2 or 3, maybe 4 of the little baby watermelons, which I could not be happier about. So, hopefully in about 3 months, we will have watermelon. So, back to work I go. Okay, so I have been working out here now for at least 2 hours. Think I've got everything done that I need to do. I've got the planter boxes weeded out because they had little tiny weeds that's starting to grow up. And that happens when the wind blows seeds from the yard and things like that. So you have to periodically weed your plants. But I'm so excited because I get to harvest my very first vegetable out of this year's plant. And it's only been a few weeks. Remember that monster banana pepper I showed you? It's time to cut him and take him home. So now, when you are harvesting your vegetables, I don't recommend just pulling them off because you can break the whole plant. What I have are just these little tiny Fiskar pruning things that my dad had, but you know, they got the little push-up lock and they stay. And they have a cover too, but I have it in the garage in the drawer. So I'm gonna unlock them. And you see this bad boy, he's got to be at least 6 inches long, if not bigger. So I am so stoked. The very first one. Now anyways, when you go to harvest your plants, take your little, do not rip the plant. It can kill the plant, it can subject it to infection. So what you want to do is you want to take it and cut it near the base of where it's growing, of the stem, and cut it at an angle. I am so stoked for this. Are you ready? Okay, it's going to drop to the ground because I have one hand holding the phone, but it's not nothing that can't be washed off. It grows in dirt, and dirt don't hurt. So here we go. Oh my God! Did you see that? That is amazing. Look, 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 look. Mom would be so proud. Check it out. Yeah, that's got to be at least 6 to 8 inches long. Easy. I'll measure it when I get home, and I'll let y'all know. But look, that is our first harvest of the year. I'm so happy. And we have another bad boy over there that needs to go home. I'll probably take him off because he's going to go in the trash actually, because we look like we got a little visitor who decided to snack on my plants. Little turkeys. So we just trim it off. This one unfortunately is going to have to go, and I'm going to have to go research some non-chemical ways to keep these little boogers out of my plants. But I am so ready to harvest those ginormous bell peppers, but they're not quite ready yet. But this little guy is. Hello, little guy. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Check him out. Check him out. He is so pretty, and he's gonna be so good in like salad and stuff. Oh, before I forget, I found the other little watermelon baby I was telling you about. Oh, look, there it is. That, my friends, is a little tiny crimson sweet watermelon. It's going to get bigger. These vines are in the front of this planter, so they're not long enough to trellis backwards yet. So for now, he's just going to grow this way. So I got most of them trellised, as you can see. And once they get their little wraps on, because they have these little grabbers, and they'll wrap onto the wires. And once they get more established, then these little ties right here that I put on there just for right now will come off. So 2 banana peppers. Tons more stuff will be ready probably in the next month or so. I am so stoked. So I'm going to go for now and finish up what I got to do before these storms come. You wouldn't think, because of the sun, but welcome to Texas. So I'll talk to y'all later. Hey guys, it is about 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that, after the initial tour to the garden, and as you can see, I am pretty beat up, and my arm is pretty swollen from whatever it is I got into. I'm starting to think it, unfortunately, is my watermelon vines. Maybe allergic to the sap, kind of like the figs. I can eat the fruit, no problem, but obviously I'm going to be wearing a lot of long sleeves when I'm out here this summer. Anyway, I am headed home because I'm exhausted, and you have seen my lovely garden, and I've maintained it, and weeded it, and fed it, and trained it, and everything I can do today. I'm not sure if it's just because it's getting, you know, closer to sunset, or if that's the next band of storms that are coming through. So I've decided not to water them today because the water, or the soil, is still really moist. So they should be good at least for a day or two. But next couple of days we're under severe thunderstorm warning anyway. So warnings, watches, whatever. So anyway, I'm going to head home, and I'm going to shower and probably take a Benadryl for this arm and relax for the night. So always remember that I love you very much, and I appreciate your support, and do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. So in other words, be kind to everybody, because you don't know what they may be going through at the time. And I will see you in the next vlog.